A very good afternoon to all the faculties who have joined in for today's program, Data Analytics using Power BI. We would be starting it shortly. I would request the faculties to inform their peers to join in so that we would be starting the session. A warm welcome to all the faculties who have joined in today for our faculty development program, 10 hours, which is starting today, 2nd Feb. Session timings would be from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Program is data analytics using Power BI. So let me quickly give XLR introduction. XLR, founded in 2013 by IIM ISB alumni Mr. Ram Tawa, having its headquarters in USA, Houston. So far, we have trained 8 lakh plus students and professionals, and we cater to the skilling needs of individuals, institutions, and industries. What sets us apart is our premium associations. I have Divya Sampark, Skill Up APSSDC, APSHE, Task, KMDC, IIT Madras Pravartak, IIT Roorkee, BITS Pilani Hyderabad, NASCOM Future Skill Prime, Swayam Plus, BFSI, and ESSCI. We have our courses approved by NASCOM and Swayam Plus under their platforms as well. So through a decade of training excellence, having trained faculties from engineering and non-engineering background, close to 80,000 plus faculties under the faculty development program, and students trained close to 8 lakh plus under the student development program. Webinar, seminar, workshops conducted close to 600 plus technical training programs of 40 plus technical courses, having strong associations with academy partners close to 2000 plus and strong placement partners close to 5000 plus. So a glimpse of our so far trained students close to 8 lakh plus and faculties close to 80,000 plus. So for today's faculty development program, we have registrations from Pan India, wherein we have Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Uttar Pradesh being at highest. So close to 1,898 registrations for today's program. So under our everyday learning program, we provide application and industry oriented learning for the students and faculties. Through these programs, the colleges get the benefit of NAC and NBA requirements to meet their NAC and NBA requirements. So all that a learner has to do is register using the given link and attend the 5 days of faculty development program to avail the certificate. And also there will be attendance and feedback form which will be shared during the program. So through our everyday learning program, the learners will be able to experience their learning, all their learnings through the LMS platform. We sign industry MOUs with the colleges, conduct webinars, conduct faculty development program, and through our LMS, the learner will be able to sign and see the upcoming training programs, assignments and assessments, prepare themselves for the job interview. So thus how our LMS would look like with all the training programs, upcoming events. And so far, we have conducted 60 plus student development program, having trained 8 lakh plus students. Constantly participating colleges are 1,600 plus. And most popular programs under the student development program are DSA for campus placements, ChatGPT, generative AI, mobile app development, Python and SQL, and various other category of programs. Similarly, under the faculty development program, we have close to 45 plus faculty development programs conducted so far with 80,000 plus faculties. Constantly participating colleges are close to 1,590. Under the faculty development program, we have the most popular programs like AI, GenAI, deep learning, artificial intelligence, data analytics using Power BI, cybersecurity, NLP, ChatGPT, and various others. So a learner who enrolls, registers for this program will be receiving the participation certificate towards the completion of the training program. These are some of the certificates which we have provided post completion of the training program to our learners. So here at IIT Roorkee, we had conducted data analytics using Minitab, for the faculties, research scholars, and the students. This is at BITS Pilani, Hyderabad, where the students were trained on Power BI and machine learning. This is a XLR initiative to support the Skill Up final year engineering students under the Skill Up final year program, where we curated a 240 hours of campus recruitment training with placement assistance, and where we had this coding skills, quantitative aptitude, logical reasoning, verbal ability, soft skills, tips and techniques to ace the job interview. All of this were provided. And this, uh, we had the certificate being provided by iHub Divya Sampar for those who were eligible, who were had successfully completed. We had 50,000 plus registrations, wherein only 5,200 plus were eligible for this prestigious certificate from iHub Divya Sampar, a joint body of IIT Roorkee and Government of India Department of Science. So we had the maximum participation from Andhra Pradesh through APSSDC, close to 10,000 plus participants. These are some of our past events. So today we would let me take the privilege to honor our guests who are from the academia front. So Dr. Devika M, Principal of Sharada Vilas College, Mysuru, having 34 years of teaching experience, joined service in 1992 and serving as a principal since 2020, renowned resource person for CET and NEET coaching across the state for 20 years. In addition, has 15 years of research experience, published multiple research papers, served as the chairman and member of BOS VOE at the University of Mysore, an autonomous institution, and a recipient of Shikshaka Ratna Award 2024, won Best Paper and Poster Awards, served as the Master of Ceremonies in numerous institutional, public, and government programs. A warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am, could you please share a few words?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, ma'am.
A very good afternoon, respected dignitaries, distinguished resource persons, faculty members, and the participants. It's a great pleasure to welcome you all to this FDP on data analytics using Power BI, organized by Sharada Vilas in association with Excel. I feel this workshop addresses a critical need in today's academic landscape that may empower faculty members with the data-driven skills, emerging technologies, and of course, industry-relevant tools, which may help the faculty in enhancing their teaching research, and even it may help in student outcomes too. Of course, the very purpose of organizing this type of FTPs for faculty is, as we all aware, in this era of digital transformation, the role of faculty extends far beyond traditional classroom instructions. We, the educators, are now expected to interpret data, integrate technology into pedagogy, and prepare students for analytics-driven decision-making environments. This FDP is therefore designed to support this shift by equipping faculty with practical skills. The FDP on data analytics using Power BI is an example for our commitment on hands-on application-oriented training. We believe that by training faculty members with such FDPs helps them to work with real data sets, create interactive dashboards, and generate meaningful insights. And the program enables educators to bring analytics into their classrooms with full confidence. I also feel such FDPs have great impact as emerging technologies like AI, big data, business intelligence tools are reshaping every sector, including education sector. Data analytics in particular has become a foundational skill across disciplines. Tools like Power BI empower educators and students also to visualize complex information, identify trends, and make informed decisions. In higher educations, these days, these technologies are very much essential to enhance teaching effectiveness enable outcome-based assessment, and support evidence-based academic planning. When faculties are trained in analytical platforms like this, they can design data-driven assignments, guide students in project-based learning, and encourage analytical thinking too. Our collaboration with XLR was done with a focus on integrating Power BI into faculty development, which ensures that educators remain aligned with evolving technological and industry standards. However, the technology delivers real value only when it is effectively used by skilled educators, that is, faculty members of every educational institution. FDPs such as this play a crucial role in ensuring that technology is not just adopted but meaningfully embedded into teaching and learning practices. Institutions should realize the importance of academic industry collaboration, which enables future ready learning. Since the demand for data analytics professionals is growing rapidly across industries, academic industry collaboration ensures that curricula, tools, and teaching approaches mainly aligned with real world expectations. I hope XLR's strong industry partnerships bring practical insights and best practices directly into faculty training programs. The faculty development program on data analytics using Power BI is not organized just to train the faculty. It's not just a training initiative, but as a step towards transforming higher education. By empowering faculty and strengthening academic industry collaboration, I think such FDPs will definitely help in building an education ecosystem that is responsive, relevant, and future ready. I wish all participants a productive and enriching learning experience in this FDP, and I'm confident that the knowledge gained here will create a lasting impact on teaching practices and, of course, student success. Thank you, and I wish every participant a fruitful stay for 5 days. I request every participant to tune up and stay with us for all the 5 days, and I wish this FDP a success. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your encouraging words.
Thank you.
So let me call upon our next dignitary, Dr. Ajay Kunteta, Dean, Faculty of Computer Science and Engineering, Purnima University, Jaipur, Professor and Dean, Faculty of Computer Science with 22 years of academic and research experience in AI, cloud computing, data security, and distributed systems. He has also guided 46 MTech dissertations and 9 PhD scholars, co-authored 106 research papers in reputed international journals and conferences. He has completed multiple AICTE, DST research, MODROB projects, editorial board member and reviewer for several international journals. A warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you, organizers. Dr. Devika already spoke a lot of words in their opening remark. Because I have to speak some words, so it gives me a great pleasure to warm welcome you, all of you in today FDP on data analytics using Power BI, organizing in collaboration with the XLR. In today's data-driven world, the ability to analyze, visualize, and interpret data has become a core competency for faculty members as well as the industry professionals. Tools like Power BI are very helpful to transform raw data into the meaningful insights, supporting informed decision-making systems across various domains like academia, research, and industry. The FDP program is a timely initiative aimed to empowering faculty members with practical skills in data analytics, thereby strengthening the teaching methodologies research capabilities, and industry alignment. Such programs play a crucial role in bridging the gap between academia, academic knowledge, and real-world applications. I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to XLR team for organizing this event with us, for taking the initiative to share their expertise and industry-oriented insights with our faculty members. I am very much confident that all the sessions during this FDP will be highly interactive, insightful, and enriching for all the participants of the various engineering colleges, science colleges all over the India. I also thanks to all the faculty members who have taken time out of their busy schedule to be part of this program. You are willing to continuously upgrade your skills truly reflects your commitment to academic excellence and lifelong learning. With these words, I once again welcome all the participants, trainers, and organizers. I wish this program a great success and hope it proves to be a valuable learning experience for everyone. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So let me call upon our next dignitary from the academia, Dr. Nitya Varghese, Principal, Western College of Commerce and Business Management, a seasoned academician, administrator, instrumental in strengthening the academic growth and reputation of Western College of Commerce and Business Management. Author of 11 books, 21 peer-reviewed research papers, including 8 UGC CARE and 5 Scopus Index publication. Actively participated in 13 international conferences, contributing to global academic discourse and knowledge dissemination. A warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Nitya. Good afternoon to dignitaries, the faculties, the XLR trainers. In line with the vision of Western College, we have collaborated with XLR in 2021. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am.
So we collaborated with XLR in 2021 for training and placing our students. Learning to organize everyday learning of organizing students. One of the integral part of this is faculty development programs, and especially the topic which we have come up today, the data analytics using Power BI. This initiative is designed to equip the faculty members, especially with essentials of data analytics, visualization, then the skill which will enable them in understanding the modern analytical tools, especially which can be used in teaching, research, academic decisions, etc. The program will have a 5-day long transformative process from upskilling, digital transformation of the faculties, and obviously fostering them for data-driven learning to enhance their academic growth. Very happy to be a part of this 5-day programs. Additionally, I think the program will surely contribute a continuous professional development of faculties by upgrading their digital skills, fostering analytical thinking, and encouraging interdisciplinary applications of this data analytical process in various areas, what we teach, especially in commerce, management, IT, social science, etc. And all the participants which I can see in the FDP are, I think, many faculties also have joined from the entire nation. This program surely is an asset to build outcome-based education, implement it, and surely it is a support system which will institutionalize our accreditation process, the quality assurance, and ensure that the academic decision-making is appropriately established. Overall, this initiative will surely empower the teachers. It will surely remain professionally relevant, technologically very proficient, and especially academically very innovative. So wish you all a 5 days of insightful, engaging, and enlightening learning. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your motivating words, ma'am. So Now it's time to call upon our subject matter expert who would be handling the sessions from today. So let me give a quick introduction about Mr. Saravanan, our subject matter expert, corporate trainer and data analyst expert, training in advanced Excel, Power BI, Tableau, Python, MySQL, and BI tools with hands-on corporate and academic sessions. Former quality supervisor and trainer driving team performance, compliance, and skill development initiatives, having 20 plus years of industry experience, worked with Fonduin, Xerox, and ACS, multiple Employee of the Month award recipient. A warm welcome to you, Mr. Saravanan.
Thank you, Nitya. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. So it's a privilege to train Power BI and Power BI, which will help us to reshape the landscape of higher educations, right? Faculty program where we are conducting is not just upskilling. It's like I can say it's a future proofing for you guys. And currently, like learning Power BI, what we can do. So we are converting complete raw data into compelling stories. So for example, today's world, everyone hates theory, right? So we are converting that into visualize trends, forecast outcomes. So these things can be done from your students. Okay. In simple, I can say we are creating a real world business intelligence. Okay, that's the kind of experience where student will get. So emerging technologies like now you can see like we have Power BI, Microsoft Fabrics. Okay. When I observe in current real world, each day technology is getting changed, right? And even AI driven analytics is just not an optional for us. Okay. They are an essential for us. Okay. To learn this technology. So in this today's like 5-day program, you'll be learning complete basic Power BI to intermediate. So it's not only covering at theory, so it will be covering both theory as well as practical. So which will help you in real time. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Saravanan. Now let me hand over the session to Mr. Amar Shivate, who will walk you through the LMS, post which the session will be handed over to Mr. Saravanan. Over to you, Amar.
Yeah, thank you. So, dear faculty members, once again, very good afternoon and welcome to the one more FDP by Excel. So, I'm here to give you the quick walkthrough onto the LMS portal. So, by using that, you will be accessing the recordings of the classes. You can access the material. Even you can join the sessions from the LMS portal, and that access will be with you for next one. So now let me share my screen and give you the context that how you are able to sign in towards the LMS portal and where you will get all these things. Okay. So those who registered for this program, so they already receive an LMS access. So if you are a first time user of XLR, means like if you are attending the first program of FDP or SDP of XLR, then you receive two emails. One is a LMS portal account and welcome. And those who are already attended previous of STPs and FDPs, so they will be seeing one mail only, that is a welcome email. So the mails, what I'm saying, so the first email, that is LMS portal account details by XLR. And by using this email, you will find the all details. The first thing, that is a portal link, nothing but the LMS URL, email address, that is nothing but your username and system generated password. And second email, you are able to find that the course is successfully added on your dashboard with the subject welcome to the FDP or DA using Power BI. Okay. So if any one of you are already having the account and received only one welcome email, so directly you can search mylearning.xla.com on your browser, whatever browser you are using, and you can access the course. If you are unable to recall the password, definitely you can use the forgot your password option. Okay, so let me just reshare my screen and open the Chrome tab. Just allow me the moment. Yes. So as I said that the LMS URL is mylearning.xla.com. Once I type that here, I will find the home page. On home page, there are a couple of XLR products are there. Credit-based course like internship, NASCAM approved courses, Swayam Plus approved courses. Okay. And then on top hand right corner, you are able to see the existing user login. Or you are directly clicking on the link login, then you will directly land here. Okay, it will not take you to the home page. Here you have to provide your details, your username and the system generated password. As a first time user, you can utilize the system generated password. But once you are going to do the first time sign in the portal itself, you will be able to see the option to update the password. So you can use that functionality to update the password, whatever you want. And as I said, if anybody is facing any difficulties, they have already previous FDP's access, now only receive the welcome email. Here we have forgot your password option. If you're not remembering your password, you can utilize that. If you click on that, you have to just send the instruction to your registered mail ID, set the new password, and then again follow the same process. Okay. So once I provide the details, I need to click on a sign in. Okay. So then it will take me to the dashboard. Yes, yeah, Pranali ma'am, you raise the hand, you can just put your query into the chat box. I will take it up after the call. Okay, so you can see here once we provide the credentials successfully, we're here on a dashboard. And I'm having the couple of options: back to home page, community, deal reports, dashboard, purchase history. And here I have help. And to the top and right up corner, I have option of profile. Click on a profile, click on settings. So you can set up your entire profile from here, the profile information. Okay. From here, you can set up the profile and the important option that is updating the password. So once after first signing, if you want to update the password, you can just update the password as per your requirement. Tap that password once again here. Both the passwords are going to be matched. Then update password button will be enabled. And from next time onwards, whenever you are going to log in, you can utilize that registration link. Sushmita, you can just share the registration link for this FDP or the Zoom and YouTube. Couple of participants are asking in the chat box. Okay. So now we are done with the profile. Then here you can check the back to homepage community leaderboard. So homepage and community, there is nothing for you to do, but coming to the leaderboard. So this is be like whatever the performance of the faculty members or students. So as we train 8 to 9 lakh students and faculty members till today from starting. So they are having the LMS access, and as per their performance, the XPs, whatever they are performing, the leaderboard is printing here. Okay. So assessment, recording, proctoring assessment, coding assessment, MCQ assessment, or assignments. Okay. So the leaderboard is here. Then below that dashboard, this is the important tab for everyone because from this tab you are able to access the course content, and on top of it you are able to access the live session as well. So you can check here, you are able to see one pop-up that is live session for today. And in that you have option of FDP on data analytics using Power BI day 1 second pay. Now, suppose today you receive an email from our side to run the campaign. So to join the session, right? You receive a mail or sometime like you will be receiving the details from your college. Right? But from tomorrow onwards, you not got up links or anything. Directly you can join from the LMS portal. Click on that live session pop-up, and there you will find the two links. So join the Zoom meeting. If you are facing any difficulties with the Zoom directly, you can click on to the YouTube and you can join there. Okay. So if anybody is going to face any difficulty over the Zoom, they can click on to the YouTube. So you can access the YouTube. And for the YouTube participant, a few more things which I would like to highlight here. Okay. So you can check, you are able to see the live is running here. And here you can check whatever the queries and all these things are there. That's here. right? So if you are going to have any query or question, you can just put into the chat box. Our team will take it up. Yeah, so session will start in next 5 minutes. Okay, so here you can check if you are not able to see this live chat pop-up, you can close that. And here I have option of live chat below the subscribe panel, right? Click on that. So you will find the live chat option. All these links or all the communication or whatever the queries you have, you can post it here. And the YouTube participant, definitely you can just subscribe to the channel and click on to the bell icon for the all notifications. So once the session start, you will be getting the notification on your phone and system that the session started, and clicking on that you can easily join the class. Okay, now going back again onto the dashboard, if I want to access the recordings materials, so how to access that? So below the live session tab, you have one more option, that is enroll course. In enroll course, you are able to see this FDP course, right? Click on that. The first thing you will find the agenda. Whatever we are going to learn in this next 5 days, you are able to find here. Okay, so device agenda is here. You can go through that. Then attendance and feedback link. So coming to the attendance and feedback link, this is the again one important part. So this link will be active in between 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. for that particular day only. Day one link will be closed on a day one only. Okay. And next thing that today, if you are unable to access the LMS portal, no need to worry. Our team will be sharing the link of attendance come feedback over the Zoom and YouTube. And as I said, 60% attendance is a mandatory to get the certificate of participation from the Excella and collaborated college. Okay. So again, 60% attendance is mandatory to get the certificate. So for that reason, please use a same common mail ID throughout all the 5 days. So it will not get your multiple accounts and you will reach the attendance criteria. And as I said, so a link will be shared over the Zoom and YouTube as well, and team will announce that as well. So don't forget to fill the form. And day one form will be closed on day two. So in a day two, if you're going to request for the day one attendance, that will be not available because it's closing on that particular day. And this program, the certification is only open for the faculty members. Okay. Then live sessions, I already covered. The session recordings, yes. So day one session recording will be available here, day one, day two, day three, day five. However, we are going to close the program. So as per the closing of the day, immediately after ending the class, the recording will be available. And then reading material, let it be practice files, Excel file, or any PDF or any Word document, that will be available here. Okay. So that's how you can access the LMS portal. Yes. Okay, so if you are going to have any query or question, you can keep posting into the chat box. As we know that a couple of you are waiting to start the class, so we'll start the class first. One more announcement, as there is some server issue with the registration page, so no need to worry. It will be very active and will keep you posted in the group. So if you missed on to the registration part, don't worry, our team will take care of that. And team will share the registration link once again once the page is up. So thank you, and Sarvan sir, over to you. Sorry, Nitya ma'am, are you there? If anything is there to add from your end, please.
Nothing, Amar. So thank you, Amar, for giving the LMS walkthrough. So now the session will be handed over to the trainer, Mr. Saranan.
Thank you. I welcome everyone again. So let me share my screen. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, Mr. Saranan.
Okay, thank you for confirmation. Okay, so I'll just go through what and all I'm going to cover starting from day 1 to day 5. Okay, let us see one by one, and I'll be going slowly itself because we have come here for learning. Okay, so let me share my screen. So these are the Power BI training curriculum what I have planned, a comprehensive 5-day learning program journey from foundation to advanced implementation. So in the day one, what I'm going to cover. So in day one, we are going to see about introduction to data analytics and Power BI basics. So like understanding how data analytics and what types of Power BI ecosystem, how it is. So all those things we are going to learn in day one. And in the day two, we are going to do some ETL process. We call it in technically ETL. ETL stands for extract, transform, and loading. So that we are going to see in detail with more examples. So data preparation and modeling we are going to learn in day two, like master Power Query editor, data cleaning, and relationship building. Trust me, all these will be more interesting because we are going to do practical. Then day three, we'll be seeing about DAX fundamentals. It is similar to Excel formula or function, I can say. A bit more very useful tool compared to normal Excel formula and function. This will help us in real-time business solution. Okay. So to unlock analytical power with calculated columns, measures, all this we are going to see under day three. So complete calculation part. And the day four, we are going to see about how to visualize data. So in general, what happens? If you have rows and columns, we cannot visualize it, right? If you have some graphs or charts, then we can visualize the data, right? It's like telling the story, right? Similar to that, we are going to learn about data visualization essential, so which will help us to tell this story. So those things we'll be learning. And the day five, we are going to see about how to you make use of Power BI service. That is publishing the report to Power BI service. Power BI service is called as cloud service, that we call it as SaaS, software as a service. Nowadays, you guys know, right? Everything is turning from desktop to cloud. Complete world is creating a cloud technologies, right? So that we'll be learning. Okay. So each day, 2 hours we are going to cover. Okay. In the initial today, you might feel a little theory is there. Theory will just a conceptual way I'm going to explain you with examples. So let me go for. So I have created few mind maps which will help us to understand and keep remembering it, right? So I have created few things. We will go one by one. The first one, data mind map. Okay, nowadays you might be hearing current era. You might be seeing the new, which is new gold, today's world now. You might be seeing in today's world. Let me do this. Yeah. In today's world, we can say silver is new gold. I hope everyone agree for this, right? Similar to that, data is always a very important, we can say, oil. People are saying in oil, people are saying in different ways, right? So first, whenever we want to deal with data, first we need to understand in what ways data we have received, right? So there are three types of data. So hopefully everyone understood this. Like we have three types of data, that is structured data, semi-structured data, and unstructured data. When I call about structured data, the name itself indicates it is in the form of table format. So for example, rows and columns. So example, I can say like SQL, Excel, MySQL, whichever database, all these comes under rows and columns, which is very easy and analyze the data, right? Cleaning much is not required. So for example, if I click on the structured data, so data is organized in a predefined format. As I mentioned, it is in rows and columns, which is helpful for analyzing the data. So it is easily searchable in databases. So that is the definition. Then example, as I mentioned, we can have MySQL, PostgreSQL, then tables of rows and columns, spreadsheets also, right? Then when I talk about characteristics, it is a fixed field within a record. Okay. It's a data model known in advance. So very useful and very interesting. It requires minimal processing for analysis, right? So whenever everything is in properly arranged, so minimal cleaning is required. That is called structured data. When I talk about semi-structured data, the word itself, it is not properly structured. It's a partial structure, I can say. So here what happens? So for example, It does not conform to a fixed schema. It has very few structured, okay, contains both structured and unstructured elements. Since it contains both structured and unstructured elements, they used to say like a semi-structured data. So example, you might have heard about JSN, that is, we call it as JavaScript object notation. Okay, usually nowadays, any data which is stored in backend, for example, you can see bank. So whenever you get any messages, okay, from bank like credited, debited, how it is storing? It is storing in the form of JSON format, which is a less weight, we call it as. So there is key and value pairs, it will be there. Okay. Then extensible markup language we have. So these both are a less weight data source, we can say. Okay. Then the next is its characteristics. So it is a flexible data model, so which helps us to separate data elements. So can be easily transformed, run, or queried. More than human, machine will understand these data types very quickly. Okay. So these are things that is called as semi-structured data. The next is unstructured data. When I talk about unstructured data, you might have heard, like, for example, you can take video, audio files, Instagram post, and email. All these are called as unstructured. Why do we call as unstructured data? It is not coming in the rows and columns, right? So it has split it in different way. There is no proper structure in that. So that is called as unstructured data. So why I'm teaching these things means when you understand what type of data you are getting, okay, whether it is structured, semi-structured, or unstructured, it will be very useful to clean the data set, right? So data that lacks any predefined structure, which is very difficult to organize and analyze. Then examples, as I mentioned you, like you can take Word files, multimedia in general, multimedia files such as images, audios, and video, and as I mentioned, social media like Instagram, Facebook posts, all these are called as unstructured data. So which will take us some time to clean these data sets. Okay. These are the characteristics of that. There is no fixed format or organization. So required more advanced analytical and processing techniques. We have to use a manual cleaning, or in AI cleaning also we can do it. Okay. So these are the different types of data. So as I mentioned, so I hope it is clear, guys. Any question you can put it in chat box. So let us see types of data. Okay. So when I talk about, we saw, so in what way we will get structure of data, structure, semi-structure, and structure. In general, we have another two types of data that we call it as qualitative and quantitative data. So what do you mean by qualitative data? It's completely categories. I can say non-numeric. So for example, product name, region, job titles, okay, employee name, all these are qualitative data. When I talk about quantitative data, numbers, so completely numbers in sales, like more transaction will be happened. Okay, so example like revenue, profit, quantity, these are called as quantitative data. In general, I can say it's a numeric, complete numeric, and qualitative data is a categorical, that is non-numeric. So these are things are, it's a foundation when we trying to other people's, right? Okay. Next, we'll see about roles in data. Okay, there are different roles in data, but I have specified only few data. Okay. Okay. So in general, these are the roles we have, starting from business analyst, data analyst, data engineer, data scientist, and data administrator. So everywhere data plays an important role here. So these are the roles. Apart from this, we have different roles also, like I can say marketing analyst, finance analyst. So people almost in any field, it's like Power BI has become essential. Everyone has to learn essential tool that is called Power BI, right? So let us talk about business analyst. What is the part of business analyst? What is the part of data analyst? So both comes as analyst only, right? When what is the main difference for business analyst and data analyst? And what is the data engineer, data scientist? So everyone has their own specific task. Okay, not everyone is going to do same task. Okay, it's a repetition task. Nobody is going to do it, right? So now let us see about what is business analyst. So in general, the person who always is a mediator. He will connect with the client as well as the company employees, right? So business analyst is like a person who sits closer to the business, that is client. Okay. So ask the client requirement, then that message will be conveyed to the team. Okay, which will help us to interpreting data from visualization to inform a decision. In simple, I can say is a bridging the gap between business needs and technical insights. So that is what business analyst will do. Then comes to data analyst. It's a common role nowadays. You might be hearing about data analyst, right? Anybody analyze with data is become a data analyst itself, right? A professional who translate. So, for example, a professional who translate complete raw data into meaningful insights or a meaningful information. In general, what type of work he will be having? So, most of the time, he will be doing collecting data, cleaning it. So, once cleaning is done, he has to do some visualization, then analyze the data and convey the information or tell the story to the higher stakeholders, right? Or a manager or anybody who is there in a company. Okay. It is a bridge, like often acting as a bridge between data source and business questions. So that is the part of a data analyst. In simple, if I say data analyst, like telling the story about the data. Okay, telling a story about the data. Then data engineer. You might be heard about data engineer role, also a very hot role nowadays. Data engineer role. A professional who designs, builds, and maintains the data pipelines. What do you mean by pipelines? So he has to create a map, like where to start, where to end. End to end, he has to take care, right? So he has to create a pipeline and infrastructure that enables reliable, scalable data collection, storage, and availability for analysis and decision making. He is the person who is going to decide where the project has to start, where the project has to end. Okay, the data engineer. So which will who will be completely taking care of the data pipelines. Then coming to data scientist. So when I talk about data scientist, so what is the part of his role here? So data scientist. So he has to create a algorithms, complex algorithms whenever he want. Okay, a professional who combines statistics, machine learning, and domain knowledge, right, to extract actionable insights from complex data. So what is his part? He has to create a complicate whenever complicated problem has come. So he has to create an algorithm which will make life easier for the companies, right? Build productivity models and inform strategic decisions. That is what his part, data scientist, right? Then the next is database administrator. When I talk about administrator, nowadays data is not more secure, right? Let it be organization or personal way. Person should see, we should have a person who will take care of complete security, right? So that data administrator will take care of all the security part, right? So what he does, a professional who manages and maintain data quality. So who will give access control to other subordinates and metadata within organization to ensure everything is getting reliable and secureable and govern the data usage. So like this, each role has their own specific task. So now, then what Power BI is going to play in this? So data analyst also will be using the Power BI. Business analyst also will be using Power BI based on the process. Okay, in every company, like only data analyst is not going to do all the things, right? Person, for example, data scientist, a person is joined as data scientist, he might be doing all the activities like creating, cleaning the data, okay, and creating a complex algorithm, all the things he might be doing it. Okay. So as of now, we saw like what is data, what are the types of data, and role in data. Okay. Any questions so far, guys? I hope you are able to access the chat, right? Okay. Yes, sure, sure. I'll be sharing this. Okay. So now let us go to, so why I'm teaching in mind map is because if you follow the same what I have done to your students, it will go clearly. Instead of sharing the PPT, this will help you. In real time, what companies use, the same thing I'm doing here. Then finally we'll go for Power BI mind map. Okay. In general, everyone knows what is Power BI, right? But we have different components in Power BI. If you take any technology, as I mentioned, not only technology, anything, everything is like ocean. There is no stop. We have to be keep upgrading ourselves, right? Similar to that, Power BI is like a ocean. Okay. What we are learning in 10 hours, we are learning how much ever possible, we are learning things, right? Any technology, what happens? Previous and all, it was taking some yearly to upgrade. So when I'm seeing daily news, it is upgrading daily. The technology is evolving daily. People are fast. Companies are fast. These generations are very fast, right? Upgrading, they're upgrading very fast, right? Now, let us see Power BI and their components very detailedly. Okay. So let us see. In general, BI means what? It's a business intelligence. Everyone knows, right? So in simple, if I say, it is a tool which helps organization to visualize and analyze the data and get the insights. Like for what we want insight to make better decisions, right? When I talk about BI is like a giving superpowers, like how we have Superman. He has a complete power, right? Similar to that, BI will help us our raw data. It will convert our raw data into meaningful information, and with that we can tell the story. So BI is like giving superpowers to your data, so you can make smart decisions, right? It is a set of tools and techniques that help people turn raw data into useful insights. Okay. Then we have main three components. We have many components, but most of the time they'll use these products. So starting from Power BI desktop, then we have Power BI service, we have Power BI mobile and use cases. Where and all people are using this Power BI desktop. Okay, those things we can see. When I talk about Power BI desktop, okay, these are the three applications in Power BI, right? When I talk about Power BI desktop, the name itself indicates we have to install into our system, right? So once we have installed, it has different components inside Power BI desktop. Okay. Who had created Power BI desktop? Microsoft. Before Power BI desktop evolved, okay, what application Microsoft had created? Excel, right? In simple, you can say advanced of Excel is called as Power BI desktop. Okay, they have both. I can say in simple, we have a common engine. Okay, I'll go in detail so you'll understand. So we have some common engine between Excel and desktop. Whatever they have introduced in Excel, same engine or a tool has been implemented in Power BI desktop also, because both are their products, right? Then in Power BI desktop, okay. So these are the cycle we are going to learn about what is Power BI in general. So for example, so first we need to connect to different data source. What do you mean by data source? So wherever is data sitting, that is data source. For example, I have my text or any content in Notepad. Notepad is a data source. If I have same content in Excel, Excel is my data source. If I have some information in SQL, SQL is a data source. Like for example, MySQL, then Oracle then we have cloud database, Azure. Okay. Concept logic is simple. Whenever data is sitting in a particular source, that is like MySQL Excel, then it is called as data source, right? So we have to connect to different data source. In general, what happens, every company won't be storing it only in particular software. Okay, for example, a company around 20 years, they are staying from 20 years long. Okay. Initially, they had only Excel or might be Google Sheet. They didn't had some technology, Oracle like that. Just an example I'm telling. Okay, so that time they might have had it only in Excel or Google Sheet. Later, the technology has evolved. They might be seeing Oracle, they might be seeing Microsoft SQL Server. Then later they have migrated from Excel to the other part. Okay. So for example, if they have 5 different types of data. Okay. They have stored in Excel. They're not going to migrate immediately Excel to Microsoft SQL Server because in that Excel we have a big data. If something happened, okay, then they'll get a loss in data. So what they will do, slowly they will move all the data to one, migrate into different cloud database or SQL, Microsoft SQL Server. Okay. So that time what will happen, they'll have a few data in Excel, they'll have few data in Google Sheet, they'll have few data in MySQL, so like that. Then we can connect different data sources. Wherever data, let it be. Microsoft Power BI is help us to connect around 100 plus connectors. Right? They keep on improving the connectors. Okay, they keep on increasing the connectors. They're not stopping to 100. Maybe in the next year we can see 300 plus connectors. Who knows? Initially, they have started with few connectors. Then later they have connected with different things. Yes, Rohit. So Tableau and Power BI both are do same work. Yes, same work but different tool. So I'm telling, right? Excel, Google Sheet we have both do same thing, but they are different tools. So whichever tool. So for example, in organization they are working, we can make use of it. The only interface, a little interface difference will be there, right? Then we'll be connecting to different data source. Then these are the steps what we are going to do in practical way. Okay. Before in practical way, I'm showing in theory. Then Power Query. So when I talk about Power Query, I already told you Power Query editor. Okay. So Power Query editor is an engine which present both in Excel and Power BI. So extracting, transforming, and loading. In simple, I can say it will help us to clean the data. Right. So Power Query will help us to clean the data. Clean and transform, we can say. Then load the data. So once that cleaning part is over, we can say it as a cleansing. Once the cleansing step is over, we can load the data. So once we have load the data, we have to do modeling the data. What do you mean by modeling the data? So modeling the data means creating relationship between different tables. Okay. So modeling data means creating relationship, okay, between different tables with some common column, at least one common column. Means, for example, we have an employee database, okay, employee table we have. Then we have their salary information table, separate table. But in both table, we'll be having one common column that is called employee ID. So that is what I'm telling. Creating a relationship between different tables with one common column. Consider employee ID is a common column between all employee information table. Okay. The next is DAX. As I mentioned, DAX is nothing but a similar to Excel formula, a little more complicated way we can use. For complicated purpose, business solution we can use. That is data analysis expression. We call it as data analysis expression. Okay. The next is charts. So of course, all these activities once we have done, we have to visualize the things, right? Then only people will understand. So that time we are going to use about charts, different charts like bar, pie chart, right? Then line chart. So bar charts are for product for comparison we can take, right? Then pie chart for whole partition we can consider. For example, percentage wise, I want to see what happened in all the regions, north, east, south. Okay. Then line for time time-wise, if you want to see what happened, for example, stock exchange, if you have purchased some stock, we want to understand the last year how much it was. So line chart will help us to identify those things, right? It can help us to predict also, correct? Then comes to report. In Power BI desktop, in simple, I can say, we can create only report. We cannot create a dashboard in Power BI desktop. So if we want to create a dashboard, we have to create in the Power BI service. People might have confused, like we can create a dashboard in Power BI desktop. No. Logically, like we can create only report. Okay, that report is considered as either might be in single page or multi pages. Okay, collection of information, that is collection of charts, all these are called as a report. It might be in single page or multiple page. Once we have done all these things, so for example, I have created a sales report. I want to share to my colleague or friend. How I can share whenever I have only Power BI desktop, because it is a free software. Anybody can use it. Anybody can explore it. But if you want to share this, you have to share complete assets. All the assets you have to share. The thing is, again, the other person to whom we are giving, he has to change the path. All stuffs and all many stuff he has to do. He or she has to do, right? So instead of doing all those activities in organization, so what they will do is, once they have created a report, they will publish it. Okay, they'll publish it into the Power BI service. That is called as cloud, SaaS, software as a service. So once they publish, Power BI service will help us to collaborate or share the information, right? So for example, when I go to Power BI service, it's a collaboration with Power BI service. So which will help us to sharing and collaborate with our colleagues. Right? It will help us to managing the reports. Then whenever you are publishing the report, okay, whenever you are publishing the report, the thing is, we'll get one bucket. I can say a workspace. Workspace is nothing like a bucket. Consider like a bucket. Inside bucket, we can put all the items. That is called as workspace or a container. Okay, we can have many workspace. Okay, I'll be showing anyway in day 4, or I mean day 5 we'll be seeing. So workspace container, that is nothing but we can create a single or multi workspace, and we can have all these assets. Okay, whatever you create, everything is an asset, right? Okay, whatever you create, everything is an asset. Trust me. Now, assets. So reports, whatever you have created in Power BI desktop, that is an asset. Then data set. Data set nothing but that we call now it as a data set or semantic. So until these steps, remember, so starting from ETL process, that is starting from ETL to modeling to tags. Okay, all this called as semantic or data set. Okay, we call it as now semantic model. Okay, all this combined together is called as data set. Now they call it as semantic model. Okay. The next is, yeah. Now, when I talk about whenever we are creating a workspace, that is container in our Power BI service, we are publishing all our assets to the Power BI service from Power BI desktop. Okay. We can create an app also. Of course, we require some security. We cannot share everything to our colleagues, right? Suppose, for example, you are a boss. Under you, 10 people are working. For all 10 people are not going to share it. You'll give some access, right? So you'll give some authorization. So that authorization is called as a different role. That is called as admin, member, contributor, and viewer. In general, for everyone, you will give viewer role. So what happens? You will be the admin because you had created a report or a dashboard. So once you have created, then you will be the admin who has full control over the workspace. You can decide which user has to be there or not. Correct. Then you can manage permission and settings. The next comes member. Okay, these are the different roles I am talking about. Member, what he can do? He can create, he can edit, and he can delete content. You're not going to give complete access to him. Few access which can be done by him. And he can share items and allow resharing, and he can do update apps also. Then contributor, he can do a few things compared to member, less activity he can do, right? He can create and edit and report and dashboards. So nowhere he can delete it. Okay, he cannot delete it. He can schedule data refresh. He can modify gateways. Gateways are nothing but from where a system, that is data, is connected to the cloud. Okay. Then viewer, it's a read-only access. Anybody can see, but they cannot, it's a read-only, right? They cannot correct it. That is view and interact with report and dashboards. So can be subscribe to reports, but not editable. He cannot edit or share the content, right? Okay, these are the different roles available in our Power BI service, or I can say cloud service, that is SaaS. That is software as a service. You can note down that as a software as a service. Why do we call as a software as a service? In simple, you only required internet. Whenever we are working on cloud service, we require only internet speed. We are not going to store anything, right, in our desktop. So all the things we have to just log in with some link, whichever Microsoft has provided, or your company or your any organization if the people work. So just they need to log in, right, with a link in any of the browser, like let it be Chrome or Edge. Once they log in, they can access all the assets. So there is no requirement like memory space is required. That is called as SaaS, software as a service. There is no installation is required. Okay. The next comes Power BI mobile. When I talk about Power BI mobile, so for example, consider a person A is a manager, person B is an employee. He is working on below the manager, that is person A. So person A is asking to person B, immediately publish the report. I want to see what is happening in the sales. Suppose, for example, person A is outside of the office, he is somewhere in travel. He immediately can't open the laptop. There is no situation that he can't open the laptop, right? So that time he can directly open the Power BI mobile app and he can see what is happening in sales, whether it is improved or it is not improved. All the things he can do. That is what we call it as the Power BI mobile app will help us to see or can view anywhere at any time. But provided it is a read only. Power BI mobile is read only. Okay, so far we saw what is Power BI, what is BI. It's a business intelligence tool. Then we have I can say three components or three applications, that is starting from Power BI desktop, Power BI service, Power BI mobile. Then who and all using this? As I told, it is not a upskilling tool, it is a essential tool. In real time, each and every person has to learn this technology, right? Then use cases. So for example, use cases, let us see where and all they are using. They are using it in many ways, but a few things I have mentioned here. So for example, in finance they are using, or finance they are using in real-time dashboard for profit and loss checking, balance sheets, and budget tracking. Okay. And for sales, as I mentioned, performance tracking by region wise. So what was the sales, how it is, then using CRM data, then supply chain, how it is happening, vendor performance, how it is. Healthcare is the most, I hope, number one project nowadays. Healthcare is a number one project where all the companies are trying to get those projects from the hospital or any healthcare related companies. Okay. So in healthcare, what we can do, patients care dashboard we can do. We can see how many inpatient, how many outpatient. Based on that, they can improve, right? Then retail, sales trend analysis, inventory management, and how the customer segmentation is there. All those things. Apart from this, they can do something sentiment analysis based on the customer feedback, whether the product is good or bad or average. So all these are become an automation, I can say, right? Then we have education, student retention analysis, their course performance dashboards, then marketing, campaign performance, right? And what is the ROI dashboards, all these things. These are the use case, a few use cases I have mentioned, but in real time, most of the organization or most of the school colleges, they start using this, right? Everything will become in use cases nowadays, right? So these are these about a Power BI, Power BI and Power BI components. Let us go through task of data analyst. Okay. So we saw data mine, types of data, rolling data, Power BI, everything. Now, a person, for example, the person is finishing his graduation and he is becoming a data analyst. Consider data analyst or finance analyst, anything. Okay. The going steps all, it will be same, right? So now let us, okay. Now let me open this task of data analyst. Let us see what is the task analyst will do in general, right? Task of DA is nothing but data analyst. Okay. Now, first thing he has to do, prepare. What do you mean by prepare? Prepare is nothing but cleaning the data, cleansing the data, we say. So that is nothing but, I'm telling many times, so you can remember this. So we call it as ETL process, extract, transform, and loading, or we can call it as cleansing, transforming, right? Many things we can call, right? So as I mentioned in initial, when I open the first mind map, I told you data doesn't comes in, always comes in structure. It might come in structure, semi-structure, or unstructured. Okay, most of the time it may come in unstructured, then few semi-structure, and very rare structure. It depends on their process, depends on their client, right? Then, so these are the 5 levels what data analyst will do in a day. This is the job they are going to do in a day. So first he'll start with prepare, that is ETL process. Then he'll go for modeling. Modeling, as I mentioned, creating a connection between different tables with at least one common column, which is matching. Example, I told you employee ID, right? Then visualize. Okay. Before visualize, we cannot analyze it, right? So if we get visualized, then only it is easy to analyze. Without charts, we cannot analyze it, right? Then prepare, model, visualize with few charts. Okay. Then we can analyze with the help of those charts. Then manage. Manage is nothing but managing means giving security for that assets, right? Now, what is prepare? I can see it is ETL process. Extract, transform, and loading. Okay. So once cleaning data is done, cleaning and transformation, I'll tell you what is the difference between cleaning and transformation also. Okay. Then model, connecting different tables with one common column. Then visualize, creating different charts as per the scenarios. Okay, for everything, we cannot use a chart. I told you for categorical comparison, we can use bar chart or column chart, right? Then for time analysis, we can use line chart, correct? Similar to that, now we can see analyze. Analyze nothing but analyzing the data. Manage. Manage is nothing but creating the secure data. So for example, consider a Reliance company. So Reliance company, they have different superstore in different place in India. Okay. So there they want to analyze the data, how it is working. What they're doing is an admin. Consider I am an admin. What I'm going to do, a Karnataka authorized people can see only Karnataka sales. Right. Then Tamil Nadu, only Tamil Nadu sales. Andhra Pradesh, only Andhra Pradesh sales. So we are assigning some manager where he can see only those data. So there we will use this manage technique that is called as RLS. We'll be seeing that anyway, that we call it as row level security. So once I have provided the security or applied RLS, person can see only his entire regional data, not other regional data. It is for some secure purpose people does this, right? Okay. Okay, then the next comes building blocks of Power BI. Let us open building blocks of Power BI. Okay. Now, building blocks of Power BI. So when I talk about building blocks, nothing but what are the contents we have, what are the assets we are going to use in Power BI. So these are called as building blocks of Power BI, like visualization, as I mentioned, semantic models or data sets. Then we have reports, then dashboard and tiles. Okay. Visualization means like bar chart, pie chart, all these things are called as visualization. Then we have semantic model. Semantic model, as I mentioned, starting from cleaning to the DAX, modeling, DAX, everything. It's a combination of all these steps is called as semantic models or data sets. The next comes reports. Reports is nothing but collection of all visualization. Okay, either it might be in single page or multiple page. Then comes dashboards. So always remember, only report we can create in Power BI desktop, not the dashboard. When I talk about dashboard, dashboard can be created in only in Power BI service. You can ask me like, why can't we create dashboard in Power BI desktop? Okay. So what Microsoft is telling is, whenever you create any reports, okay, whenever you're adding all visualization to, then it may be single page or multi-page. Then it is called as reports. In dashboard means it is a single Canva, we can call it as. We cannot have different reports. We can combine all reports and give the complete overview in the help of with the help of dashboards. Okay, that's why we call it as one canvas template. Dashboard is. Then we call it as tiles. Tiles is nothing but each visual we call it as tiles. So when we learn about Power BI service, there you can see the word tiles. So we are going to pin this visual, that is tiles, and we are going to create a dashboard when we are working in Power BI service. Okay. So I hope so far it is clear. Any question, always you can ask in the chat box, please. Okay. Okay. So now we'll see about types of data analytics. Okay. Let us open types of data analytics. Then let us see this. So there are 5 types of data analytics we have. So starting from, I can say, descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, prescriptive, and artificial intelligence. Before it was cognitive they had mentioned. Now they have turned into artificial intelligence. Microsoft has turned the technical term into AI. Okay, before it was cognitive, right? Now descriptive. What do you mean by descriptive? So what happened? So for example, a company has producing some air conditioner, right? They want to understand past month what happened. What was the sales history they want? So that type of analysis is called a descriptive. What happened? What was the sales to my AC, right? What was the sales to my AC in the past data? So example, like summarizing the past data. For example, which tool we can use to see this? We can use any bar chart, column chart, etc. For visual purpose. These are called as descriptive visualize, that is data analytics. Then next is diagnostic. Okay, what happened we saw? Obviously, the next question we'll get in your mind is, why did it happen? Why did the sales did not happen for air conditions? Of course, there is a multiple scenario or situation will be there based on the climate, based on the months, right? Not in all the months they can sell the air conditioner, right? It might be most probably from February to June, right? So based on that, they'll give some discounts like that. So diagnostic is nothing but explaining the past data. Why the sales gone down? To explain that past data, we have some tool that is inside Power BI desktop that we call it as drill through page. Right. So for example, a company, okay, ABC, consider ABC, they have different branches where their main is air conditioner selling. Okay. If past 3 months they are calculating, there is some dip in sales in particular area. For example, north it is good, south it is not good. So sometimes south it is good, in east it is not good. Then they can drill through, they can check one by one why it is happening less sales there. Then why it is happening more sales in other part. So that is called as diagnostic chart. Yes, Ravindra, Bharati, raised your hand. Any question? You can put it in chat box if you have any question, please, guys. I'll reply for that. No worries. At last, I will reply all your questions. Trust me. Okay. Till that, enjoy the session. Then predictive. The word predictive itself, you can understand future. How we will identify the future based on the historical data, right? Here, what we did, descriptive. We summarize the past data. In diagnostic, what we did, we explained why it happened, past data, with the help of some tool, whichever is available inside Power BI desktop. Then predictive, based on this two, whichever we have done, we can predict the future. So forecast future data, right? Based on this two analyze, we can forecast the future data. Like which tool we can use? We can use line chart, which is inbuilt. We can see forecasting as well with a predictive. Okay, for data analytics, that is predictive data analytics. The next comes prescriptive. What do you mean by prescriptive? So, for example, my sales is not happening good from past 6 months or 3 months. What I can do, I can give some discount coupons to my customers, right? I can give some 3,000 less discount or 4,000, depend on a different model, right? That is called as prescriptive. So optimize the future data. So there inbuilt Azure machine learning is there. It will recommend the data. Okay, it will recommend the optimal discount. Okay, I hope everyone knows Flipkart, Amazon, and all. So in backend, data scientist, data analyst, everyone is working on that. Okay, what are they doing daily? Are they doing observing daily one by one? No. They have already given some taken data set and they have put into some tool like Power BI. Okay, since it is an automation tool, once in original data source, if they have loaded additional data, automatically when they refresh in Power BI desktop, they'll get the current data. Right? They'll get the current live data they will get once they refresh it. So based on that, they are going to analyze it. Okay, with the help of some tool like Azure Machine Learning. For this and all, we require some subscription as well. Okay, in real time, they have all these facilities. Then next is cognitive. Instead of cognitive, they have mentioned as artificial intelligence. In general, we are in the era of AI. Learn from data, right? People are dumping, you might be heard about LLM, those things. People are dumping massive data to the model. It is trying to understand each and everything. They have programmed it. Similar to that, in Power BI desktop also, we have AI. Okay. Since we are dealing with our data set, it will give accurate result, no approximate result. It will give accurate result. Right? So artificial intelligence learn from data. Example, AI insights model, we have something tool call it as key influencer. Okay, it will help us to learn from customer data. Okay, and identifies each single factors. Okay, most strongly influence repeated purchases. It will try to understand what are the products repeated purchases there. To analyze for this, for human, it will take days or hours. Whereas for AI, it will take only minutes or seconds. Okay, we are going to just drag and drop. Power BI is complete drag and drop tool. As I mentioned, it is advanced of Excel. That's it, simple. Okay, to create a dashboard or report in Excel, it will take for beginner at least 3 hours in Excel if they are doing it. Whereas for intermediate, it may take 2 hours or 1.5. For advanced, it may take 1 hour. For expert, again, it will take few minutes, 20 minutes or 30 minutes. The same thing we can do with the help of Power BI desktop, 5 to 10 minutes. If it is a very simple report people want or your higher management want, it will take hardly 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, if you want more advanced, we can take some time based on the data set. Right. So these are the different tools like analytical data analytic we say, like starting from 5 we have descriptive, that is summarizing the data set, past data set, then diagnostic, what happened. Descriptive means always remember what happened. Diagnostic means why did it happen. Okay, predictive means what is the future, what will be future of that particular data set, that is sales or anything. Then prescriptive, to make sure our business going smoothly, so we have to add some discounts. Then artificial intelligence, learn from all these 4 analytics. AI will learn everything and it will give the accurate picture to us. So these are the 5 data types of in data analytics. So do remember these things, guys. These are the common. It's not only for Power BI. It is for general types of data analytics. Whatever I have taught you so far, apart from Power BI components, these are common topic which can be applied for any tool, right, in the globe. Any tool. Okay, if you have any questions, please message so I can answer, guys. No worries. Still time is there, guys. Okay. So now, so till 30 minutes more we have. We will see some. We'll go to Power BI desktop. First of all, I'll tell you how to install Power BI desktop. Okay. There are 2 ways of installing Power BI desktop. Always remember. Okay. One will go directly to installation of Power BI desktop. Okay. One way is going to Google, and when you type Power BI desktop, you'll get the link, right? The next is a very safe and I can say updated version. It will keep on upgrading. Okay. So for that, similar to how we have mobile, we have something Play Store, right? So here we have Microsoft Store. Okay. So from here you can install directly. So every time, trust me, like what happens is Microsoft, what it is doing is currently, since we are in era of AI, every month any new components they'll be keep on adding in Power BI desktop, Power BI service. Okay, every month we have to keep on updating. Simple. How we can update all these things? So you can install the Power BI desktop, going to Google and type Power BI desktop, you'll get one link. And second option is Microsoft Store. From there you can install. My personal recommendation is this one, second option. Okay, very useful because we will get up to date. So now what I can do, I can go to start menu. Once I go to start menu, I can type store. So when I type store, I'll get Microsoft Store from my Windows. And those whoever is using, for example, if you are using Mac OS, for Mac OS still Microsoft has not introduced Power BI desktop, but they can work in Power BI services, provided they should have a valid login ID, right? Only in Windows machine, we can use Microsoft Power BI desktop application. Okay, there are multiple ways in Mac also they can do. Okay, if you contact your admin or anybody whom you know, software developers, they can guide you how to do that in Mac OS. Okay, the additional things we have to do in Mac OS. Here in Windows, directly you can go to Start menu. So type Store, then click on Open. Okay. So once you have opened this, so on the top you can see search option. Click on this. Then type complete name. Okay, Power BI desktop. Because I said right, Power BI application we have many. So specifically you enter the name as Power BI desktop. Then you'll get the application like this. Just you need to click on this. Okay, since I have already installed, it is showing for me open. First time if you are installing in your system, in your personal computer, right? Either in desktop or laptop. So you'll get the option as get option. So once you click on get option, it will get installed. Okay, based on your internet speed, it may take 10 to 20 minutes. Okay. If the internet speed is less, it may take 1 hour also because it is more MB, it has more than 500 MB. So it takes some time. Okay. So this is one way. I'll repeat it. Please observe. So start menu, type store under search box. You'll get a Microsoft Store. Click on open. So once you clicked on open, in the top you can see search box. So there you can click on that and type Power BI desktop. Complete name you type, guys, because as I mentioned, we have many applications related to Power BI desktop. So once you have searched, you'll get like this. For me, it is showing install and open. For you, it might show you get if you have not installed so far. Okay, you have to click on get and get install it. Okay. So once you have installed, then we can start working on it. Okay. So on the back end, you click on install. Okay, I'll be opening the Power BI desktop and I will go through all the interface. So today we'll be going to see all the interface and sample data we have in Power BI desktop itself. We are going to work on that also. Okay. So now the one more way I told you, you can go to Google and type. So you can go to directly Google. Okay. So type here what you can type Power BI desktop download. Okay, it will show you the link. So you have to click download Microsoft Power BI desktop from official website. So click on this. So once you click on this, you'll get download option. You need to click on download. That's it. This is one way. And the second way, that is my recommendation way, directly go to Microsoft Store and download it and install it. Okay, if you click on get, it is getting installed. It will download and get installed. Okay, no worries. We don't be having multiple option. Okay. Okay. Yes, no worries, Rohit. I will explain DAX means what. Okay. We'll go because see that there are total 5 days. Each component I am going to explain very detailedly. Okay, very detailedly. So today we are going to see only this is day one, right? We are seeing. So in day one, we will be seeing what is data. What do you mean by data? We saw. Okay. What is data? What are the different types of data? Right? What are the different types of data analytics? And what are the different components of Power BI, right? We saw different components of Power BI, correct? Then we saw different tools, right? Data analytics, components of Power BI, right? These are the things we saw. Then we saw how to install now, okay, install Power BI. Now we'll go to interface, okay? Do not, no worries, Rohit. We'll go slowly one by one. DAX is a third day complete explanation. So I do not want to get start today itself. That's okay. So each day we have separated what concept we have to cover. We can do it. No worries. Now let us go to Power BI desktop. Right. Now click on Start menu. So here under search, give power. Okay. So you might be observing like Microsoft applications everywhere they are applied as power. The word itself, it will give us boost, right? Power BI, Power Platform, and Power App. Okay. In simple, if I say Power BI is a part of Power Platform tools. Okay. Power BI is a part of Power Platform. The complete world is depending on automation. Power BI desktop is an automation. Again, to that, we have different application. It is a part of Power Platform. So now start menu, I'll click on open Power BI desktop. So once I have opened Power BI desktop, we will see the interface, complete interface. Why I'm showing all this is, if you know, understand the backend, front end is easy for you guys. Backend is very important to understand these logical things, stuff, all logical stuff in our technology, right? So now what you got, once you open Power BI desktop, you got something, some window you got it, right? Okay. This window is called as backstage view. You can write down, okay, for your better understanding. These all, whatever I am teaching you, these are provided by Microsoft. Okay. Got trained in Microsoft, I am teaching in the same way, right? So these are backstage view, correct? So these are called as backstage view. Now, when I go for backstage view, I have many things here itself. Select data source. We have blank report, then 1 lakh, 1 lakh catalog, Excel workbook. These are the different data source. Okay. So when I scroll down, there is something called as recommended introduction to Power BI. Nobody is going to start to learn, right? Anybody can start to learn, correct? So introduction to Power BI, there you can learn things. These are the different projects what I have done or what I have given explanation. The recent application, whatever I have done, that will be opened, right? Recent files, whatever I have, I can see here itself. Immediately I can go click on demonstrate about it, right? For example, my colleague has given, shared with me, okay, through online, that is Power BI service. I can see here, shared with me. If I click on shared with me, I'll be having here. Okay, if I click on shared with me, once I have signed in, I can see this, whatever my colleague has shared with me. Okay, in real time, you can see all these things. Now in the left, sign in is there, option and settings is there, about is there. Okay, then in the top right, you can see sign in, then control buttons, minimize, maximize, and close button. Now, right now, I'll go for blank report. I click on blank report. Okay, so once I clicked on blank report, yes, there is any question, please ping me. I'll give you the answer, guys. Now, let us see this. The first thing, whatever you are getting to see, this is called as a ribbon. I hope you remember this, right? This common thing, this is called as ribbon. The entire view, you can call it as a ribbon. Inside that ribbon, we have something called as different menus. These menus are called as tabs. Okay, these menus are called as what? Tabs. So initially it was menu, but later after Excel 2007 or Windows Microsoft 2007, they have introduced as all tabs view only. Okay, before we had menu view, now it is called as ribbon and tab views. Okay, each thing is called as tabs. Like for example, home you can see, insert you can see, modeling, view. See, they cannot have everything in single tab, right? That doesn't make sense. Okay. So if I want to insert chart, they have to keep it in insert option only. Or if I want to insert any shapes, they have to keep in insert tab only. So which makes sense, which people will understand. Okay, if I want to create or insert some shapes, I have to go to insert tab. And if I want to have some modeling, I have to go to modeling, right? If I want to have some view, then I have to go to view. If I want to see page view, I have to go to view tab. Similar to that, optimize, help, external tools, right? These are the different tabs they have provided, Microsoft Power BI, right? Then this I said, the complete thing is called as ribbon. This I said tab, and this one is called as groups. Okay, this is called as groups. Each group mentioned as with some, see here, this means this is related to data group. Okay, whenever you can see like this queries, insert, it means they have segregated to a particular commands, right? They are segregated to all the information, right? So this is called groups. When I talk about individual, for example, what is this? And what is this? And what is this? Okay, these all are called as commands. Commands means what? Action. Okay, so initially we saw ribbon. Okay, first we saw ribbon, then we saw tabs. Okay, then we saw groups, then commands. Okay, what do you mean by command? If you click on that, it will act. That is called as toggle. Okay, how we have in our house, if you switch on the light or switch off the light, you have only one switch. Right? Either if you want to switch on or switch off, you will be clicking on one switch only. That is called as toggle. On and off, you have to do there only. Okay, here also in Power BI desktop, whenever you click on that, it will come. Right? When you click, it will go off. Then it is called as toggle. On and off, if it is happening in single, then it is called as toggle technically. Right? So these are called as commands. Okay. And in the left side, you can see these are the important views we call it as. Okay. The first one is called as a report view. The second one is called as either data view or table view. And the third one is called as model view. Okay. Report view is nothing but where you can see the visual things like charts, cards, slices, many things, right? Where human can view all the information, report we can create, that is called as report view. When I talk about this, the second option, that is data view, or we can call it as table view. Suppose, for example, immediately I want to see the table in the column and rows. Okay, I can click on this. The next is what? Model, connection. Okay, these are the connection we have. Okay, initially I told you there is some common engine. So if you want, you can write down, guys. There is some common engine. We can say, what do you mean by engine? Without engine, there is nothing. For example, if you take any vehicles, engine is hot, right? Without engine, nothing will work. Similar to that, here, a common engine in between, okay, Excel and Power BI is, first one is called as Power Query. Okay. The second one is called as Power Pivot or Pivot, whichever. Okay. The next is called as Power View. Okay. So we have three things which is common between both Power BI desktop, Power BI as well as Excel. Power Query, as I mentioned, Power Query is for what? Cleaning the data. That is ETL process. Power Pivot is nothing but data modeling to give connection between different table. Power View is nothing but this one, Canva. This is called as Power View. So for example, this part, you can see this part is called as Canva. Okay, what do you mean by Canva? Where it is a workaround area. In simple, if I say, technically why they are calling Canva, it is a workaround area. Means where you can drag and drop the things like different visualization tools, right? That is called as Canva. Okay. The next is, if I see here, there are different tabs. See here, these are the, if you click on this, you can see the filter pane. We call it as filter pane. Then these are the visualization pane where we can see all the tools. And this is called as data pane. Okay, these are the different panes we call filter, visualization, and data. So in filter, we can see, okay. So in filter, sorry. Okay. So in filter, we can see with the help of this filter option, we can filter the visuals. You'll be learning that how we can do that. We can see top 5, bottom 5 sales, profit, all those things we can see with the help of this filter button, right? Or filter pane. Then we have visualization pane, right? Where we have charts, and then we have data pane. Okay, these are the different panes. Whenever you want this, you can expand it. Whenever you don't want, collapse it like this. Like this, that's it. So that this is viewable. Okay. So for example, if I want only visualization, I can click on visualization and I can see here. If I want only data, I can click on data. Then I can collapse it. Whenever you want expand, expand it. Now, so for example, as I mentioned, this is Canva. Okay. The top border, I cannot see it. Right. So what I can do, I can go to visualization. So click on format your report page. As I mentioned, this is a Canva, right? You can click on Canvas settings. Here we have 16:9. That is, I want to see the top border. What I will do, I'll click on this vertical alignment middle. Okay, in simple, Power BI is based on designing. We are going to design things well. That's it. Okay, it's like we have to think like a civil engineer or any engineer. Okay, we are designing things well, right? So now here you can see the top title we have, untitled Power BI desktop, right? You can see here untitled Power BI desktop we have. And this I said it is related to data. Okay, these are the common data source, whichever is available, people use, right? Those they have kept here. Okay. So for example, I want to connect to different data source. What I can do, I can click on this drop down. These are the common data sources you can see: Excel workbook, Power BI semantic model, data flows, data bus. These are the common data sources. So for example, apart from this, I want to connect to different data source. How to connect? So I can click on more. So once I click on more, it will give hundreds of connectors, guys. These are called as connectors, data connectors. Okay. So here you can see all I have. I don't want to do scroll like this. For example, I want something called as consider a Google related data source. For example, I will type Google. Okay. Google BigQuery or Google Sheets I want. Just I need to give a word or I need to type 2 to 3 characters. I will get it directly. For example, I want to connect to SQL server. I can give SQL. That's it. I'll get SQL server database, all these things related to the characters, whatever search you are doing it, right? Here it is commonly all it is coming. If I want to go for file database connectors, like if I go for file, these are the file connectors. For example, Excel workbook, text or CSV, XML, JSON. I told you in the starting, right? Okay, these are the unstructured data, right? Unstructured data source like XML and JSON, which is a less weight. People make use of this in real time. As I told, bank, other than bank, many people are using this because they don't have any formats in that, so that the weight will be less compared to other files like Excel workbook. Then we have folder, PDF, all these things, SharePoint folder. Then if I want to go for category wise database, I can see for database. If you scroll down, so initially when I start working this Power BI desktop, I saw very few, but now they have added many things they have added. Then we have Fabric, okay. The Fabric is like data engineers, people will be making use of this Fabric. Then we have Power Platform, I told you, right? Power BI is a part of Power Platform. Everything is in where every tool has an automation capacity. Then we have Cloud, Azure, whichever related to Azure, we have Azure. Then online services. Okay, then online services. Then other. Okay, these are the different we have. In other, you can observe like monthly once you observe, they'll be keep on adding few more connectors. Okay, they'll be keep on adding few more connectors because in real world they want more connectors. For example, you can ask me if connectors are not available, what to do? Company knows how to create API, application program interface. They'll create and they will connect it. That's it, simple. Okay, for everything there is a solution. Okay. Okay. Now, so now, for example, I want to save this file. How to save this file? So I can go to File. So click on Save As. Okay. Here you can see many things. Do not get confused. Go to Browse this device directly. Click on Browse this device. And if I want to save anything, so for example, day 1 I am taking, click on Desktop. Wherever you want to save, you can save it. For example, Excel or Power BI session, I will make it as day 1. Just for understanding, I am putting as day 1. Okay, I am saving this as day 1. Now, instead of taking a new data, I'm going to take data from the example itself. Okay. So for example, I will go for help. Here we have example, sample data here itself we have. This for working and just checking how the visual tools and all working. Okay. So I'll click on sample data. So once I click on sample data, I'll get the option here. We have a take a tutorial online, experiment on your own. Click on load sample data. So this will load financial data. Okay. So when it is getting loading, I told you a powerful engine. We have 3 things. In that first engine will get opened. That is Power Query Editor. Before opening Power Query Editor, it will show us a screen where do you want to have cleaning or not, right? So once I have taken this, if I click on 2 things we have, both are same only. This is in the table format. I will select this. So once I have selected this, you can observe here, it is showing a preview. Okay, these are the columns, rows is available in this worksheet they are telling. So starting from segment, country, product, discount band, units sold, all these things, right? So here in the option, you can see we have load, transform, and cancel. So for example, if you consider the cleaning is not required, then directly you can click on load. Okay, in some example, some blank rows we have blank columns we have to delete it or we have to clean the data, right? So that time what I can do, directly I can click on transform data. So for example, I'll click transform data and I will show you how the Power Query Editor window looks, correct? So click on transform data. So once I click on transform data, it will take me to Power Query Editor, which we are going to see detailedly in the tomorrow, but an overview I'm showing you. Okay, here also you can see that ribbon view, tab view, all common view. Okay, here you can see home, transform, add column, view, tools, and help. Okay, home is nothing but where we have frequent commands, and the transform is nothing but if I want to modify the particular column, I can use transform commands. Okay, if I want to add additional column, go to add column. If I want to add additional column, the same segment column, if I want to add, I can go for add column. Okay. Then these are the statistical checks. We call it as nuances of data. If you want to check complete duplication is present or not, we can make use of this view. Okay. So now, so for example, in the left side, you can see these are called as queries. Queries is nothing but tables. So Power Query, the name itself, query suggestion. Query means it will write in backend some language. It is writing some query. So only we call it as Power Query, right? So you can call it this as a query or you can call it as table, right? And this is nothing but left side is a query and the middle you can see these are the workaround area where we are going to practice tomorrow. These are called as workaround area. Okay. Then you can ask me, what is this then? This is nothing but formula reference. Okay. Here in backend, it is writing some code. That code is called as M code language. You can write down if you want. M stands for mashup language. Mashup means messy data. Whenever you want to clean the messy data, you are using M code language. You no need to write any technical code. In backend, whenever you do any action, any steps, if you do, in backend, it will write for you. Okay. This is called formula bar. Then in the right side, you can see query settings. You can see here like each steps. So it has understood, okay, first this is the data source, it has understood, it has done some navigation. It will try to understand what type of data it is. Okay. So in simple, if I say a technical person, if a person is understanding what type of data he is dealing, then he is called a technical person. Okay. Again, I'm repeating. If a person understands what type of data he is dealing with, then he is a technical person. Means he can understand everything clearly and he can get the result easily, right? So data type also it is trying to search and it has given, since it is a BI tool, business intelligence tool, it is trying to understand the data. And you can see here, segment, it understood that it is a text. So text means ABC, it has applied in the top left. Country, it has applied ABC. If I go for product, it has applied ABC. And discount, it has applied ABC. For units sold, you can see here, I have not given any data type. By default, it has given settings, right? 1.2 is nothing but it has given decimal. So we have some decimal in type of data. So it has taken as 1.2 decimal data type. Then manufacturing price, we don't have decimal. It has considered as 123. It means number, whole number it has taken. And you can see sales price, gross sales, like that. For none of the thing I have mentioned any data type. It understood since it is a BA tool. Then date, you can see calendar symbol we have. Suppose if calendar symbol is not there, then what to do? We have to change the settings. By default, since we are in India, so what happens? Our date will be DDMMYY. For example, if you are getting data set from US, then date should be MMDDYY. We are not going to change here and make it, right? We have other settings. Okay, we'll be seeing that, no issue. Then 123 month number, ABC month name, 123. These are the things. Okay, all the steps we have. Here, there is no undo possible. The only thing you can modify whenever you have this icon. Either you can remove the steps from the applied steps. Whenever, whatever example, if you do, for example, I'm removing segment, right click, I can remove. So once I remove, you can see only 3 steps as of now we have. If I click on remove, 4th step we got it, right? The thing is here we don't have control Z, that is undo. What we can do, we can cancel the step, previous step. Okay. Additionally, we'll be having some icon that is called as gear icon. This we call it as gear icon. Any settings if you want to do, that time we can do this gear icon. Okay. Based on scenario, we can practice on this tomorrow. Okay. Then if you feel there is no cleaning required, we can directly load into our Power BI desktop. If you feel any cleaning is required, we can select that particular column and we can start doing cleaning the data. Okay. So whenever you're dealing with text column, you can go for this. Whenever you're dealing with number, I'll go for this number column. Whenever you're dealing with date, then I'll select date and time column. Right. So based on type of data, we have to click on based on commands. Right. So particular commands we have to click based on our column data type. If you click on this top left, you can see these are the different types of data we have, that is data type. So as per the column, our query will understand. If it is not understanding, we can do it manually. So clicking on particular value, we can change it. Okay. Once we have done all this, finally, we can click on home. There we have 3 things we have: close and apply, and close. So for example, you can apply and minimize and you can do all the works in Power BI desktop. No, I want to close it. You can close it. No, I want to close and apply. Yes, you can close and apply. What happens whenever you click on close and apply? Whatever steps you have done in this, that will get saved. So for example, I'm giving close and apply. That's it. So since it has all engines inside Power BI desktop, all components, it will take few minutes. Okay. In Power BI desktop. Moreover, at least a minimum 16 GB or 8 to 16 GB if you have a RAM. So Power BI desktop is a best tool to work on it. If you have any 4 GB means, please upgrade to more as soon as possible to understand it. Okay, 700 rows it has loaded. Okay, the top right you can see, I told you there are 3 views, very important view: report view, table view. You can hover it with your mouse, then model view. So for example, I want to see complete thing means expand it, collapse and expand. You can see all these things. These are all called column headers, that is columns. If I want to see data, I can go directly to table view. So here I can see the table view. Okay. So if I click on this, I can see all the table information. Okay. See, all the information I can see. There are multiple ways to do things. We can do in Power Query, few things we can do outside of Power Query with the help of DAX. Anyway, we'll be doing that. Okay. The next is called model view. If I am having more than one table, if I want to connect, I can go for model view. Okay. These are things we saw today, right? So anytime if you want to click on any particular pen, you can click on this, that is expand it. Whenever you don't want, you can minimize it, collapse it, collapse and expand. The same apply for here also, collapse and expand. You can click on this ellipse button, 3 dot, then collapse all, then 3 dot, expand all. That's all, guys. So these are things we have seen today. Hopefully tomorrow we can see more and more. Yeah, Rohit. Okay. 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 Day 1, that is till 5 o'clock, is completed, guys. So tomorrow we'll be seeing complete, trust me, no more theories, only practical. Okay. Amar or anyone is there? One second.
Sir, yes, sir. This is Sushmita from Excel, and I'm there, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Today, day 1 part is completed, ma'am. Tomorrow, complete practical, the complete 4 other days.
Sure, sir. Sure. We can wind up for the day. Thank you so much.
Okay, madam. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Tomorrow we will see. Bye. You can wind up.
Yeah, thank you, sir. We'll meet again by tomorrow at 3 p.m. Thank you.
Okay, madam. Thanks.
Yeah, so dear faculty members, as we have informed in the beginning, the attendance is very important, where you have to mark your attendance, which the link has been shared in the chat. So the link will be active only till 5:30. Okay, and yeah, so one more important thing, the student won't get the certificate because this is a faculty development program. The students can attend the sessions for their knowledge purpose, but student won't get the certificate if they have marked their attendance also. So this is one of the important thing. Only for faculties we will give the certificates. Okay. And about the tomorrow session link, as you all received the session link today over a mail, by tomorrow you will not get any links via mail. You have to join from like LMS, or you can join the same link. Zoom link will like all the 5 days is the Zoom link will be the same. You can say join to the same link, but YouTube link will be different. As in the starting, we have showed you the Katie about the LMS. You have to like join the LMS, like join the sessions from LMS as well. Okay. Yeah, I hope you all understood. Fine, I'll be sharing the attendance link once again and on the chat. Kindly mark your attendance without any fail. And make sure that you will all join the the session by tomorrow at 3 p.m. Okay, yeah. Thank you all. Thank you for joining. Have a good day.